Ujjayi breath is part of the practice. Turn on Ujjayi breath. Hissing sound starting from the back of your throat. For the first sun salutations, we're going to take a slow pace. Play the music if you have the playlist now. And we start. Inhale, bring your arms up. Sun salutation 8, look up. Forward fold as you exhale. Hands or fingertips on the floor. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands on the floor. Take a step back. Plank position. Half or full chaturanga, half with your knees on the floor. Inhale, backward bend, cobra or high cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. For the first downward facing dog, feel free to paddle your legs, to bring one leg up at a time. Move your shoulders, shake your head. 3 more breaths. Now find the stillness, the last 2 breaths. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. One last. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Look forward. Take a step. Right foot forward, left foot forward. Inhale, lengthen. Maybe hands on shins if you need it. Exhale, forward fold. Come up to standing. Breathe in. Arms up overhead. Oops. Hands to your heart. Exhale. Inhale. Arms up. Look up. 2 more sets. Exhale, forward fold. Lengthen your back. Inhale. Either take a step back or jump back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale to your downward facing dog. On your downward facing dog, spread your fingers, keep your feet apart, and try to send your heels on the floor. Doesn't matter if your heels don't touch the floor, just try your best to send them down. Take 3 more breaths, 3 more breaths. Long, deep breath. Let your breath, let the sound of your breath be your mantra for the next few minutes. Helps you to stay present, stay connected. Look forward, left foot forward, right foot forward. Inhale, lengthen, forward fold, exhale. Come back up to standing, breathe in, hands to your heart, exhale. We do 1 more set by your own, at your own pace, at your own rhythm. We meet in down dog for 5 breaths. Inhale, begin. Long breath. 5 counts, downward facing dog. Find the stillness on your downward facing dog. Belly into the spine and belly up to the throat, Uddiyana Bandha. 2 more breaths. Look forward. Take a step or hop in between your hands. Lengthen. Forward fold, exhale. Come up to standing, breathe in. Hands to your heart, exhale. 2 round sun salutation B. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. As you exhale, forward fold. Lengthen your back, inhale. Take a step or jump back. Chaturanga, Cobra, or upward facing, downward facing. Now, we're going to hold a little longer than 5 breaths. You have 2 options here after your warrior ones, okay? So let's take warrior 1. Inhale, 1 movement, 1 breath. Exhale, plank position. Chaturanga. Left foot forward, back heel on the floor, arms up, 1 breath. Hands on the ground, Vinyasa down. Good. Like I said before, you have 2 options. Option number 1 is set your forearms on the floor, and we're gonna hold in a forearm stand preparation or dolphin position. For those of you regular practitioners, you want to start to play with your handstand. Come closer to the wall, hands shoulder distance apart. And for this set, we're going to kick up with the right leg until you can touch the wall. Maybe yes, maybe not. Those of you touching the wall, try to bring your legs together, find your balance. If this is not happening, continue bringing your leg up and down until you touch the wall. Take 3 more breaths. 3. Those in a dolphin position, belly in, strong core. 2, 1. We meet in downward facing dog for 1 breath. Inhale. Exhale. Look forward, right foot forward, left foot forward. Lengthen, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Come back up to standing. Hands to your heart, exhale. Last round, inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Forward fold, exhale. Lengthen your back, inhale. Take a step or jump back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot forward, in between your hands. Inhale, warrior one. If you need to modify, back heel up, high lunge. Hands on the floor, plank position, vinyasa. So like I said at the beginning of the class, feel free to modify your poses, either on your left side, warrior one, or high lunge. Vinyasa dot. For this second set, same, take your dolphin position. This set, try to bring your feet forward a little more and heels up. If you're practicing your handstand, now we're gonna kick up with your left leg. Point your toes, look in between your hands. 1, 2, 3, and up. Either hold, try to squeeze or push the floor away from you. Look in between your hands. Try to find your balance. Gonna give you guys 5 more breaths. Play around. Even if you've never tried it before, go ahead, go to the wall and try some kick-ups. Take 3 more breaths. 3, 0, 1. If you're in a handstand position, come back to a downward facing dog for 1 breath together. Inhale. Exhale. Look forward. Take a step or hop in between your hands. Lengthen. Forward fold. Exhale. Come up to standing. Chair pose first. And up to standing as you exhale. Go. The first position is a preparation for crow. So it's half chair. Keeping your feet together. Interlace your fingers. Take a chair position and bring your arms up first. As you exhale, bring your torso parallel to the floor. So imagine you have a big block in between your thighs and your belly. Stretch your arms. 3 more breaths. 3, 2, 1. Hands on the floor. Lengthen. Inhale. Take a step back. Plank position. Vinyasa. Downward facing dog. When you're down dog, take 1 big breath. Inhale. Open your mouth. Exhale and release. Come to a kneeling position. Regulars, you're gonna practice crow, tripod, crow, or crow, back to crow. Crow, tripod, back to crow. If you are learning how to practice crow, take your 2 blocks in level number 3. So regulars, continue practicing so you will have a little longer time, okay? So if you're learning, take your 2 props in level 3. From a child pose, bring your hands behind your props. Set your shoulders on top of your props. And like we did before, take your dolphin position. Walk your feet forward. Squeeze your elbows in, right knee, left knee to the tricep. Squeeze your heels closer to your butt cheek and your big toes together. From the side, regulars, continue practicing, continuing your tripod, variations on tripod. Squeeze elbows in and take your crown. If you want to play around, 1 knee to the chest, few seconds, and then the other one. Okay, a few more breaths. If you don't have props, any amount of a pose is a pose. So bring your heels up, knees to your armpits, and just shift the body weight forward. And one foot up first, and then the other one. If you're in tripod position, come to crow, jump back, chaturanga. Good. Whatever you're doing, we're meeting downward facing dog. Take one big breath, inhale, exhale. Feet together to touch. Bring your right leg up towards the ceiling. Regulars, you continue with your arm balance, okay? Right knee to the right armpit, chaturanga arms. Stay few breaths, Kundiyanasana 2. Leg back, inhale. Bring your knee to your nose, 1 breath. Circle your knee, open up your hip to a scorpion. Just 3 breaths. Good. Right foot outside of your right hand. Come to a warrior 1 position. We're going to do humble warrior, so bring your right foot 1 step to the right side. Place your fingers behind your back. Inhale, humble warrior as you exhale. Your right shoulder could be on top of the knee or to the inner thigh. If you are touching the floor with your head, especially those of you who are pretty flexible, squeeze your belly in and thighs and try to lift your head up a little. 2 more breaths. Inhale up. Adjust your legs for warrior 1. Transition to a warrior 2 position. Look to your right fingers, beyond your fingers. I can see the birds outside. 3. Good. Stretch both legs. Make the stance slightly closer. Uttita Trikonasana as you exhale. So now we're going to start to take our own variations. Just remember what you're doing on the right side. Maybe half bind, maybe full bind. Maybe your right bicep by your ear, okay? Whatever you're doing on the right side, remember you do the same thing on your left side, so don't wait for me to say. 2 more breaths. Inhale, come back up to a warrior 2. High lunge position, square your hips. So your right hip, your left hip in line. If you have a prop, take a prop on the right side. Triangle, twisting triangle, Parivrita Uttita Trikonasana. Inhale, left arm up, exhale, twist. Opposite arm up. If it's too deep, the twist, bring your hand to the left side. Or maybe props high. 1 more breath. Exhale, back to a warrior 2. Make the stance slightly longer, so make sure your front heel is in line with the arch of the back foot. From warrior 2, side angle, half bind side angle, or full bind side angle, your choice. These 3 to your opposite shoulder, so left shoulder, unless you feel uncomfortable with your neck glute. Press the outer edge of the back foot firmly on the floor. 2 more breaths. Those in a full bind, release your bind, find your warrior 2, 1 breath. High lunge position. Go. Option with your knee on the floor for a twisting position, knee up, knee down, you decide. Hands to your heart, inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. So I decide option knee on the floor, your choice knee up, take a full bind, take your props. We do 3 more breaths. Keep space in between the belly and your thighs. 2. And 1. Good. Hands on the floor. Vinyasa, downward facing dog. Good. Before doing the left side, you have 2 options again. We're going to hold plank position. And from plank position, you want to walk your feet forward as much as you can. That's it. Bring your heels as high as you can. And regulars, you're going to start to kick up. Your bunny hops kick up. Feet together. If you need the wall, we do 5 of these. Inhale, 1 breath. And up. High touch. And down. Don't hold the pose. Let's just practice bunny hops for a couple of breaths. And like I said, you have the option 1 if you have any issues on your wrist. Just maybe hands on the floor, maybe hands on the props. Regulars, continue practicing your bunny hops. Heels up, push, 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 push. Take 3 more breaths. 3, 2, 1. Good. Vinyasa, we meet in downward facing dog for 1 breath together. Inhale, exhale. Feet together to touch. Bring your heels up, left side, left leg up, inhale 1 breath. Left knee to the left armpit or tricep. Chaturanga arms, those of you doing Ekapara, go ahead, Ekapara Kundiyanasana 2. Leg up, 1 breath, inhale. Knee to the nose, inhale, touch your forehead or nose. Circle your knee, open up the hip plus scorpion. Take 2 breaths, calm your heartbeat. Hopefully some of you are already sweating, creating heat, Shakti. Exhale, foot outside of your hand, left foot. Back heel down, back heel up, whatever you did before. If your back heel is up, it's a little more challenging for your core. If your heel is down, it's a little more intense for stretching your hips and hamstrings. Okay, lace your fingers, interlace your fingers. Exhale, humble warrior. Try to bring your fists towards your head. Spacing between your hands is okay, especially if you feel tight on your shoulders. 2 more breaths. Inhale up. Adjust for warrior 1 first. Front heel in line with the arch of the back foot. Transition to a warrior 2 position. Strong core, strong arms, strong legs. Feet grounded on the floor. 2 more breaths. Stretch your leg, make the stance a little closer. Uttita Trikonasana as you exhale. If it's too low for you, your big toe, bring your hand on your shin. Try to keep both shoulders in line and both sides of the body do the same thing. 2 more breaths. Look down, come back up to warrior 2. High lunge position, inhale 1 breath. Now square your hips again, take your prop if you need it for twisting triangle. Right hip, left hip pointing forward. Inhale, right arm up, twisting triangle as you exhale. Either on your fingertips or hand. Make sure your hips are sort of in line. Lengthen your chest, arm up, look. Sweating. 2 more breaths. Exhale, release. Find your warrior 2 position again. From warrior 2, we're going to do side angle. So half bind side angle, forearm on the thigh, or do the same expression you did before if you did a full bind. Inhale, deep straight to the right shoulder. 3 more breaths. Belly in, strong core. Inhale, warrior 2. High lunge position. Hands to your heart center. Inhale, exhale, twist. Take the option you did before. I did it with my knee on the floor. Spacing between your belly and your thighs. If you did a bind, take a full bind or Ashtanga variation. Take 3 more breaths. 2, 1. Hands on the floor. Vinyasa, downward facing dog. One breath, inhale, exhale. Good. Come on to a kneeling position. If you don't have blocks, take, could be even a Tupperware, square Tupperware, or a book. We're going to prepare for Pincha Mayurasana. So first we're going to do core and then we're gonna go upside down, okay? So instead of bringing the prop in between your hands like this, bring it in between your elbows. Sometimes when we place it in between the hands, we tend to do this, right? Open the shoulders. So let's try this option with the elbows, with the prop in between the elbows. Okay. Spread your fingers. Squeeze your elbows towards each other. Take one big breath, inhale. Exhale, knees up. Walk your feet forward up to your maximum capacity and bring your heels up, relax your head. Now keep squeezing the block, belly in, even pelvic floor up. Right leg up halfway without opening the hip like you see. Square your hips. Just 3 more breaths. Squeeze your elbows, squeeze your elbows. Exhale, left leg up, just halfway without opening the hip, hips square. 2. And 1. Come on to a kneeling position of your wrists and shoulders. Okay, we're gonna practice Pincha Mayurasana, and I'm gonna give you an option for those of you who are learning how to do Pincha Mayurasana. Instead, you're gonna take baby crow today. Okay, for regulars, if you are already ready for your Pincha Mayurasana, go ahead. If you need the wall, take the wall. We're gonna spend a little bit of time here, okay? For the rest of you learning how to do your forearm stand, take your 2 blocks, place your forearms on top of them, and interlace your fingers. Like we did before, tuck your toes under and bring your knees off the floor. Walk your feet forward. Imagine you have another prop in between your belly and your thighs, so squeeze your thighs to your belly to your thighs. Walk your feet forward more, more, more. Make sure your neck is soft, so look towards your fist. Walk your feet forward more, bring your knees to your armpits. Now either continue lacing your fingers or fingertips on the floor, shift the body weight forward and round your upper back like a cat position. One foot off the floor, maybe the other one. Maybe shift the body weight forward and try to find your baby crow. Good, have fun. Wherever you are, you adjust accordingly the weight that you're feeling. Pincha Mayurasanas, few more breaths. Let's do together 5 counts. 5. Look forward, strong arms. 4. Ribs in. 3. And 1. Good. Downward facing dog with me. Inhale. Exhale. 1. Let's take 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Walk your hands towards your feet, towards the back of your mat. Separate your feet hip distance and hold your big toes. Arangustasana. So make sure your thumb is not touching the floor, so if you need to modify, bend your knees please. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Relax your head, look back. Try to send your sit bones towards the ceiling. Keep your quadriceps on, relax your neck. 3 more breaths. Inhale, exhale there. Bring your hands underneath your feet and make sure your wrists are touching the floor, okay? So if your wrists are off, bend your knees more, slide your hands in. Inhale, lengthen. Parahastasana, exhale, forward fold. Relax your neck. Try to send your belly closer to your thighs. 3 more breaths. Long breath. And up. Good. Hands on your hips. Come up to standing. 1 breath. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Good. For Prasarita Pautanasana, separate your legs wider than your hips. So if you bring your arms in warrior 2, your wrists are going to be in line with your ankles. Okay, the first position, we're gonna stretch shoulders, either hands apart if your shoulders are tight, or hands together if you are flexible. You can take a small towel as well in between your hands. Let's go. Both heels are in line, toes pointing forward or slightly inwards. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, lead with your heart forward. Try to rest the crown of the head on the floor if possible. Tuck your chin in and little by little send your hands towards the floor. So you have 3 points of contact in this position, your feet and the crown of the head. If the crown of the head is touching already the floor, bring your chin to the chest and bring your head through into your legs. Take 3 more breaths. Inhale, come back up, 1 breath. Legs together, arms together. Inhale, exhale. Good. So I'm going to give you an option for those of you starting to do your tripod position. Regulars, you can already start from Prasarita, Padottanasana, straddle pike up to tripod. In tripod, you're going to spend a few times. If you have your lotus position, take lotus and Kukutasana. Okay, have fun. With those of you learning how to do tripod, take your 2 blocks, 11 on the 3, like we did in crow position. Bring your hands behind your props. Now you're going to be closer to the wall. This maybe not is going to be useful for people that are not too tall. If you are tall, you maybe need more props. Stack your props. Okay. Oh. Shoulders on top of it. Knees off the floor. Remember, Chaturanga arms, the strong arms. Your head is slightly off the floor. Walk your feet forward. 1, 2, 3. Bring your knees to the armpits. Okay. 1 leg up with the sole of the feet on the wall, and then opposite. Now, instead of resting your lower back on the wall, try to stretch your back, ribs in, and little by little knees together. For some of you, this is your option. It's okay, good enough. And if you feel comfortable, maybe 1 leg up, maybe both of them. Okay? Another option, continue practicing regulars, Kukutasana variation from your tripod. If you want to try your transition from Prasarita, Padottanasana to a tripod position, so if you're here, you can't because your hamstrings are still a little tight. Walk your feet back so your feet in front of your hands. From here, do your crow. Knees to chest. Keep your knees to your chest. Knees up to the ceiling first. And then maybe stretch your legs. For release in the same way. Knees to the chest first. And then feet. 3 more breaths wherever you are. If you are on your tripod position, 3 more breaths. 2. We meet in a downward facing dog. Take a vinyasa for resetting. Downward facing dog for 3 breaths. Relax your head, relax your head. 3, 2, 1. Good. Look forward, right foot forward, left foot forward. Forward fold as you exhale. Come back up to standing, breathe in. Hands to your heart, exhale. Right leg, 1 step back, not too wide. Pivot your toes and turn your whole body to the back. Okay. Take your option for pyramid pose, either here, hold your opposite elbows, hands in prayer facing down, or hands in prayer, fingers pointing up. Square your hips, inhale, lengthen, pyramid pose as you exhale. Instead of sending your forehead to your shin, try to send your chin towards your shin bone. Right hip back, left hip forward. 2 more breaths. Inhale, come back up. 1 breath. Pivot your toes to the front of the mat. Take your time, square your hips. Inhale, lengthen, right hip forward a little more. Exhale, lead with your heart as you exhale. Bring your right hip forward, left hip back. Lengthen. The feeling, the sensation is like a mild cobra on your upper back. 2 more breaths. Exhale, soften your front knee, hands on the floor. Take a step back, Vinyasa Danta. On your down dog, take 1 big breath, inhale. Open your mouth, exhale, and release. Stretching hamstrings now. Preparation still for handstand later on. Take your blocks if you need it. Option number 1, take your half split. Regulars take a full split. If you are in a half split, make sure your hip is in line with your knee. Your front heel is in line with your hip as well. Toes pointing up, either hands or fingertips on the floor, or if you want just to feel a little more stretch, walk your hands forward. Regulars, take your full split, and we hold 5 more counts together. On your full split, any variation you feel, you can stretch your back leg, your quadricep in a mermaid position, twist also as well. Keep the ball of the right foot up, 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Good. Soften your knee, hands on the floor, Vinyasa Danta. 1 breath, inhale. 1 breath, exhale. Look forward, left foot forward, right knee on the floor. Back knee in line with your hip again, square your hips. Half Hanumanasana, full split. Okay. Just remember, in every position, in every asana, you have to respect your breath. If you're struggling with your breath, it means that the pose is too intense for you. So your breath always is your priority. Take 5 more breaths. Full splits, take your options. Lengthen, create a space. 2 more breaths. Exhale, release. Soften your knee, hands on the floor. Vinyasa Danta. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Warm up your wrists. So we're going to spend a few minutes practicing handstand. Move your wrists the other direction. Fingers pointing down. Squeeze your hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And up your fingers, up and down. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go. If you're learning how to practice handstand, careful with the walls. I don't think your wife or your husband want 30 feet of the walls, so be careful. You can either take a chair and place your feet on the top of the chair, or you can stack your props as well. So this is option for those of you who don't want to kick up to a handstand, okay? Hands at shoulder distance. Bring your feet either on the wall, you can climb up for L handstand, or feet on the top of the props. Little by little, walk your hands back until you find that your shoulders are in line with the wrist or shoulders slightly over the wrist. Close your fingers and look in between your hands. Okay? Regulars practitioners, practice your handstand either closer to the wall, hop switch, or in the middle of your mat. We're gonna spend 1 more minute, okay? So I'm gonna do my practice. I'm gonna practice my hop switch today. Hands in line with the shoulders, roll your fingers, point your toes. Hop switch. Left. Hop switch. switch, too heavy. One more, continue. Hop, switch. Left. Wah! This is not my good leg. Hop and switch. Move your wrist in between. 10 more seconds. Look in between your hands, belly in. Three, 2, 1. We meet in downward facing dog, guys. 5 breaths. 4, 3, 2 more breath, 2, and 1. Look in between your hands, either jump through, sit down, or cross your ankles and sit down. Good. Take blocks if you have. For this one, any book, but ideally books with the same height. Okay. We're gonna bring the feet really closer to the wall. Let me demo first. You're gonna start with your knees bent for floating Dandasana and with the ball of the feet on the wall. Your heels are still on the wall for the first set, okay? Either hands on the floor, hands on your props. Let me demo first. Tuck your chin in, lift your bump up, and swing your back, okay? We'll do it together. Okay, starting with your knees bent. Regulars, like I said in the class, you know, no props in the center of your mat, okay? Floating Dandasana. Round your upper back like a low boat position, hollow body position. 1 breath, inhale, lift up, and swing your hips back. Try to bring your heels off the wall for 3, 2, 1. Release, shake, shake, shake. For the second set, if you feel that you want to push yourself just a little more, walk your feet higher, okay? Inhale, still with your knees bent. Regulars, no props, no props, no props. I hope I can see you guys. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, back. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release. Shake, shake, shake. We have one more set, one more set, one more set. 1, 2. Continue with your wall, continue with your props. Some of you regulars already floating with no props. Let me see how it goes, okay? Chin to chest, hollow body position, point your toes. Inhale, exhale, lift. Look forward. 3, up, 2, 1. Exhale, release. Shake, 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 shake. Okay, bring your feet away from the wall for Paschimottanasana. We have time. Inhale, lengthen. Seated forward fold as you exhale. Hold your big toes or the outer edge of the feet. If you feel you want to stretch a little more, take your props in front of you. Inhale, lengthen. Forward fold as you exhale. Instead of rounding your back, think on a cobra position on your upper back. Every inhalation, creating a space. Every exhalation, try to go a bit deeper. Two more. One last. Excellent. Purvottanasana, reverse plank or reverse tabletop. If you have any issues on your shoulders, please bend your knees. Full poses with your legs straight. Squeeze your shoulder blades, puff your chest up and lift your hips up. 5 counts. 3 more breath. Hips higher, higher. 2, 1. Exhale, release. Good. We're gonna jump back. My dear friend asked me so good jumping back, jumping through. I will ask him to teach me more. So, my My option for today is with props. We're gonna lift up the same idea that you did in floating Dandasana. And you're gonna try your best to shift the body weight forward and your feet back, okay? Let's try. Bring your knees to your chest, point your toes, tuck your chin in, and bring your hips up. One breath. Shift the body weight forward and feet up. Now, don't give up hip. Keep your toes there. 1, 2, 3. Jump back. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. We don't hold this downward facing dog, so we're gonna jump through. Careful with the wall. I'm moving back just in case, okay? Good. Heels up. You're gonna cross your legs in the air. Cross and stretch your legs. Oops. Good. Continue from here. We're gonna fold the right leg either in Janusirasana, in this position, with the sole of the foot against the unit thigh, or with Padmasana position if you can. You can go for your opposite toe and towel for using as a strap. Inhale, lengthen, right shoulder down, exhale, forward fold. Calm your breath. Inhale up and switch left side. If it's too uncomfortable for you, lotus, please just place your foot on the floor, okay? We don't want to force ankle, we don't want to force knee. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, forward. Try to bring your left shoulder down. Two more breath. One more breath. Inhale, release. If you have your props, you practice the drill. Otherwise, hands on the floor, heels up, jump back. Inhale, cobra, exhale, down. Look forward, either just jump or take a step. Stretch your legs, shake, shake, shake. 3, 2, 1. Okay, right leg pointing back for Trianga Mukha Kapara, Paschimottanasana. So if it's uncomfortable for you to sit in this position, take one prop for your opposite sit bone, okay? Inhale, lengthen, toes pointing back, so make sure you're not sitting on your heel. Exhale, forward fold. After this, we're gonna do an arm balance. So bring into your mind a pose that you feel comfortable with. Continue. Like crow position, one leg crow. Maybe just rest and wait for the other side. 2 more breaths. Good. Let me demo first. So if you have a prop, you're gonna bring your prop on the right side, the leg that is folded. Place your right shoulder on the top of the prop and come up to one leg crow. Okay. So from the side, regular side practice, your arm balance. Block in front of the leg that is folded, left sole of the left foot floor. Rest your right shoulder on top of your prop. First step, knee to the chest, right leg, then leg up. 3 more breaths. 2, 1. Jump back, vinyasa, downward facing, kneeling down. 3 more breaths. 1. Look forward, jump through, or cross your ankles. Left side. Left side, toes pointing back. We're not sitting on your heels, sit bones grounded on the floor. If you need to modify, prop on the right. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, forward. Every inhalation is an opportunity for you to create a space. Every exhalation, we try to go a little deeper. always respecting your own breath. Inhale up, one leg crow. I'm taking the option with the prop. Let's go with me. So regulars, no props. Maybe head on the floor and do the same thing. One leg crow, one leg up. First step, knee to the chest, maybe leg up. 2 more breath. Jump back, take a step back, vinyasa, downward facing dog. 3. 2 more breath. 2. 1 more breath. 1. Good. Jump through. You're ready. 1, 2, 3. Lay down on your mat. We're gonna do backward bends. So we're gonna take 1 set bridge position, 1 set wheel. For those of you who are practicing your dropbacks, carry on. If you need your walls, we're gonna have 2 sets, okay? If you prefer to take it easy today, you can take supported bridge instead, okay? Let me demo supported bridge. You're gonna place 1 or 2 blocks underneath your butt cheek, feet apart. Either feet apart, knees together if you want to rest, or feet apart, okay? After a couple of breaths in this position, we're going to bring the hips up, either interlacing the fingers or hands grabbing your ankles, okay? Let's begin. 2 sets. Inhale, take your options. Bridge pose, Urdhva Dhanurasana, bring your hands behind your ears and come up. Let's begin. 5 breaths. Inhale, 5, 4. Keep your feet parallel to the mat so your heels are in line with your toes. 3, 2, 1. If you're in wheel, just the crown of the head on the floor. If you're in bridge position, bring your hands by your ears. Maybe you're going to try your wheel. Take 1 big breath. Urdhva Dhanurasana, crown of the head on the mat first. Inhale, lift up, exhale. Open. 3, 1. Exhale, release. Sole of the feet together. Supta